We're told that water is simple. 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. But what if it isn't simple at all? What if water is the most mysterious substance in the universe? You've heard that humans are about 70% water. So what if the water inside you remembers every sound you've heard, every emotion you felt, and every word that's ever been spoken around you? Because if that's true, then you are not just a being made of water. You are a being made of memory. And maybe, just maybe, water is not a liquid, but a living mirror. In the late 1990s, a Japanese researcher named Dr. Masaru Emoto began photographing ice crystals formed from frozen water. But before freezing them, he did something strange. He whispered words of love, gratitude, and peace to one group, and to another, he shouted words of hate, anger, and fear. The results were unbelievable. The love water froze into perfectly symmetrical, snowflake-like crystals. Beautiful, balanced, almost alive. The hate water shattered. Chaotic, broken, distorted shapes. Could words, vibrations of sound, really change matter? Some called it pseudoscience. Others called it proof that consciousness can touch reality itself. But Dr. Emoto wasn't alone. Around the same time, laboratories in Russia and Germany found that water's molecular structure could shift when exposed to electromagnetic waves, music, or even human intention. Science couldn't explain it. But artists, philosophers, and mystics nodded in silence. Because for them, this was nothing new. Ancient civilizations had been saying it for thousands of years. In Sumerian mythology, the world was born from a cosmic ocean, a living, thinking sea called Abzu. The Greeks had Oceanus, the endless stream that encircled the earth. The Egyptians worshipped Nun, the dark waters of creation, from which even the gods emerged. In every story, water wasn't just a thing, it was memory itself. The ancient Hindus described the Ganges River as a goddess whose touch could erase spiritual impurity. In the Quran, water is called the source of all life, and in the temples of Delphi, sacred springs were used by oracles to enter trances and hear the will of the gods. What if those rituals weren't superstition, but the earliest form of frequency science? What if those priests were tuning water, like we tune a musical instrument? Because everywhere you look, water and consciousness appear side by side, as if one was the shadow of the other. Modern science insists water cannot store information. Once its molecules move, the pattern is lost. But here's the problem. That theory doesn't explain everything. In quantum physics, particles can remember interactions, even after they've separated, a phenomenon called quantum entanglement. So what if the same principle exists inside water? Billions of tiny quantum memories flowing in every drop. Some physicists have begun to ask if hydrogen bonds could act like micro hard drives, fleeting but powerful enough to store information for seconds, maybe even minutes, long enough for thoughts, emotions, or sounds to leave a trace. And here's where it gets eerie. Water inside your body follows the same molecular rhythm as the ocean tides, which means every heartbeat is a ripple in an ancient sea. If you could listen to water, what would it sound like? Scientists at MIT once recorded microscopic vibrations in water molecules, and what they found sounded like a symphony. Every molecule sang at a slightly different frequency, but together they formed harmonic patterns. To the human ear, it's inaudible, but to the body, it's felt. That's why sound therapy, chanting, or prayer can actually alter brain chemistry, because your body, your 70% water, is literally a resonating chamber. And maybe that's why certain places feel peaceful. The desert is silent, the forest hums, but the ocean sings. Some call it the frequency of creation. Others simply call it home. If thoughts have frequency, and water reacts to frequency, then maybe the border between mind and matter isn't as solid as we think. You speak words. You cry tears. You drink. You breathe. You bleed. All through water. Every emotion that passes through you travels through liquid memory. Could this explain why emotions leave physical marks? Why trauma, love, fear can shape the body itself? Maybe your memories don't just live in neurons. Maybe they echo in the rhythm of your own fluids. In that case, when you forgive someone, it's not just psychological, it's molecular. You are reprogramming the water inside you. Science says water is just matter, but science once said the same about light. We now know that light behaves like a particle and a wave. Maybe water is the same, a bridge between the physical and the invisible. Every river, every tear, every drop of rain could be part of a vast planetary memory system, the Earth's way of recording itself. Maybe that's why we feel peace near water. Maybe it's not calming us, it's recognizing us. So the next time you drink a glass of water, remember this. It may not just be hydrating your body. It may be listening, remembering, becoming part of you. Because maybe water doesn't have memory. Maybe it is memory.